Mrparka here to do a review. This one was sent to me. This is Diary of a Sex Offender. It's from Independent Entertainment, which I believe that's the little dude from the Video Outlaw logo years ago when they used to release stuff, so imagine that's related to that somehow. What we have here is a Diary of a Sex Offender. The same people released Faces of Shalak recently and Defiled. I thought Faces of Shalak was really fun. I didn't care for much for Defiled. This one, so it was a toss-up. I didn't really know what to expect. It could be really cool, or it could just be something I didn't care for. And when I was watching it, it changed my, surpassed my expectations within the first 3 minutes. It comes on, it looks good, and it opens up with this blue tint, this like the tint right before the sun sets, and right before it gets dark, and it's like this depressing blue tint. We have our lead driving, and he's narrating, talking about his religious beliefs and stuff. So I was like, alright, this is already deeper than I expected. He ends up picking up a hitchhiker. When he's going over narration, you're like, he's not that bad of a guy, but then I'm like, the title's Diary of a Sex Offender, of course he's a bad guy. But anyways, he takes the girl. The girl is younger, says she's like a teenager, a minor. He ends up drugging her and molesting her, of course. But that's not just what's happening here. The eyes of God are on him, or he believes to be the eyes of God. Somebody that sits over and just watches, cupping her hands, a dark figure that appears when he does this. He obviously fondles her, and he spanks her with like an art, one of those like paint dishes. He's an artist on the side. He's also trying to write a book, and basically by torturing and murdering these girls, molesting them, he gets visions, seizures that are like psychedelic seizures that give him the next set of numbers, give him ideas to write in his book. So he thinks he's on some big mission to find God and write the book and preach a little bit. I don't know what's going on. He's not all there, obviously. He continues to do it more so often, only taking breaks to talk with his friend, and that's about it, and maybe some art here and there, but basically he is kidnapping girls and tricking them to coming over, doping them up and molesting them until one actually seems to enjoy it, and they start having a relationship. Things kind of crumble there. He thinks he was wrong, but of course the God won't let it just end there, if that makes any sense, and he ends up learning a little bit more about himself, if that makes any sense. It's actually really well made for the budget. I was impressed with it. A couple scenes drag, maybe 1 or 2 scenes doesn't really necessarily belong, but all in all, it was kind of a little dirty movie, and it's not really enjoyable in a way, but it was well made enough that it was really watchable and entertaining at the same time as being disturbing, I guess. It's just kind of creepy to think that I don't really buy that girls would come over that easy. I mean, come on, and drink from an open container. The first girl seemed realistic, but they just kept flocking to him. It's almost like they flocked to danger in this movie. But anyways, the lead's pretty good. He's kind of weird. The art on his walls is really cool. It looked like a lot of fairy tale stuff, really dark and creepy. Tim Burton-ish. I'm just kidding, but yeah, this one's getting released in November, I believe, and if this sounds like it's your type of deal, pick it up. I mean, some rape scenes, some fondling, but that's not really the point here. The cool stuff is that it's kind of like has that search for God, and it's just creepy. It adds a whole other layer, the difference. It could just be your typical sexual obsession pervert movie, but it's a little different. Add something else to it, kind of like anyone seen the God Memoirs. It's kind of like On a Search for God. Not like that, but a little bit like that. This one, I would recommend it, to be honest. I thought it was pretty good. Way better than it surpassed my expectations. Of course it's low budget, but it's not so low budget that it's pitch black everywhere and you can't see what's going on. The lighting's actually done well enough. And if this sounds like something you like, then check it out. It's 74 minutes. It's pretty short. Has a trailer reel on there for some stuff that looks pretty decent. Rot looks alright, and Blood and Sex Nightmare. But that is Diary of a Sex Offender. Like I said, the lead does a pretty good job in it. And there's not many actors in the movie, so that's pretty much it. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Michael Rigardi. I'm a loner. Been alone my whole life. I have one friend who I tolerate. Growing up, I had very little luck with women. My parents died when I was very young, although I don't remember how. I was raised by my aunt, a fucking whore of a woman, but I think it was their death that piqued my interest in religion. I'm not religious per se. I believe that there is some truth to all faiths, but they're not like mine. God, if you would like to call it that, talks only to me now. That's why no one else hears him. He's been with me ever since I was a child. Only recently did he reveal his plan for me. I was chosen to be the supreme author of his grand, unaltered word. And then when the text is written, and the great catharsis of the earth has come and gone, a new church will be instituted, with me as its only prophet, paramount to the intermediaries of the old and failed faiths. You would criticize my methods, though, but it's the only way to get Iwas to reveal to me the true word. Well, time to go to work. Looks like you'll get your chance to judge me. So, what are you doing out here in the cold this time of the night?
Trying to get as far from here as possible.
Oh, a runaway, huh? Things that bad at home?
My parents don't respect me. They treat me like I'm a little girl or something.
How old are you? Like 16, 17?
Something like that?
Oh, great, 15.
No, something like that. What are you, some crazy sex maniac likes to have sex with underage girls?
Something like that. My name's Mike, but don't worry, I'm on the level.
Amanda. So you live around here?
On the outskirts of town. It's a little bit of a hike from here.
That's cool.
Maybe you want to come in and warm up a little bit?
Sounds awesome.
All right.